What's going on, guys? Today's video is going to be super simple. We're just going to be talking about the season 4 meta and what you could do to be getting the easiest wins possible and bagging out in trios, as well as any solo cash cups that they might be doing. If you guys haven't already bought the battle pass and you plan to, make sure to have someone's code in. But if you want to support your boy and help pay his rent, use code BenPen in the Fortnite item shop. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys want to see more things like this, discussions about the meta, and let's get right into it. So I'm going to start off talking about solos. I want to bring up the most ideal loadout and the most efficient loadout. We're going to start with non-W keying. It's going to be an AR, a pump. This is where it gets tricky. You're going to want to switch out between these things: an SMG, an LMG, shockwaves, or crash pads. If you're not W keying, go with the shockwaves if you have the option. You can also carry the thermal fish. It's really good for figuring out where dead side is and just having easy rotations. And if you can't get any of these for some reason, then just hold it next to healing. But for healing, you're going to want to go with minis. That's going to be your 4th slot. For your last slot, you're going to want it to be fish. But if not, you're going to want some sort of special item. So boogies, if you're W keying, crash pads if you didn't pick up any in the first place, shockwaves if you didn't pick that up, peppers, sniper, things like that. My ideal loadout is looking very similar to the top row right there. I might switch out the SMG for shockwaves or crash pads. And if I'm W keying, I'm going to keep these boogie bombs over the floppers in that last slot. I'm going to show you guys a clip right now how strong shockwaves and boogie bombs are together if you combo it off spawn or even just W keying in general. Now, before we get into the ideal loadouts for trios, I wanted to talk about what guns you should be holding and what rarity. So what AR should you use? For trios, if you're the IGL or support, you should be using the Stark rifle. It's a beam, it's the infantry come back, it's super strong. If you have good aim, you should be rocking that. If not, just a Scar, AUG, regular AR. If your role isn't going to allow you to have the SMG, then just rock a Scar. For the shotguns, if you are off spawn and you have a green or gray charge, or have the option for a green or gray pump, go with the green or gray charge. It's way better than the pump at that rarity. Now, if it's blue or better, go with the pump. The purple and gold pump are the best guns in the game. They're the best shotguns in the game. The combat is completely useless this season. For SMGs, go with the TAC SMG. Even with this reduced fire rate, it is better than the suppressed SMG. The season's been out for a few days now, and I still haven't found one scenario where the TAC SMG is worse than the suppressed SMG. Alright guys, now that we covered that, let's get right into trios. If you guys don't know what role you are in trios, Aussie Antics has a great video about figuring out what role you are and what you should be doing with what role. But today we're going to be talking about the ideal loadout for each role so that you're following the meta. Now, the IGL, you should be carrying an AR or the Stark rifle. You should be carrying a pump. If it's blue, purple, or gold, like I just said, the gray and green charge are better than the gray and green pump. Now, the IGL, this is important. A thermal fish. If you don't have a thermal fish, use the SMG, but the thermal fish is going to be super good for figuring out where your dead side rotate is, and it's going to give you that edge over other players who haven't even thought of that yet. Then carry a healing item, and for the 5th slot, carry a special item. So fish, preferably rotation, so shockwaves, crash pads, peppers. But if not and you don't have anything else, boogie bombs or a harpoon will be fine. Just make sure you prioritize that rotation. Make sure you guys are prioritizing shockwaves as your rotation. It's the easiest item to use to rotate with as a team, and it is true. On your screen right now, here's an example of what an IGL loadout should look similar to. Like I said, the SMG should be replaced for some sort of rotation. However, this game, our only rotation was bounce pads, as you could see on my trap slot. So carrying an SMG was fine right here. Just use your guys' common sense in your brain for what you guys should be switching out. You have the basics of what should be in your inventory, and just follow that and you guys will do just fine. Now, our support player. We're going to want them carrying either the AR or the Stark rifle. Whichever one has the better aim between the IGL and the support is the one that should carry the Stark rifle. However, the support is supposed to be helping the fragger get those elims, so a full AR spray is a lot more useful. Next, we're going to hold a pump. After that, we're going to hold the bandy cannon, and then another healing item, preferably chug splashes or a big pot. If there is no bandy cannon, we're just going to hold a sniper and another med or a harpoon. You're going to want a harpoon for these stacked endgames in trio F and CS. We want to get those mats without giving up our position. Someone has to carry it. The support is the best person to carry it, because when the fragger gets a kill, they're the ones that are going to be able to grab it right away. Now, last up is the fragger. For the fragger, we're going to want them carrying an AR. However, if you guys are landing Doom's Domain and you get the gauntlet, have them pick up the gauntlet and grief the teams away. Alright? The fragger's job is to have fun, frag out, and get as many kills as possible. The gauntlet helps so much for that. Next, we're going to carry a pump, and then an LMG or SMG. Prioritize the LMG. Carry heals, and then whatever they want. They know what's best for them. They know what's best to frag out. If they want to carry a sniper, peppers, crash pads, they should be the ones to carry extra crash pads. Floppers, in case they want that extra healing. Only give them crash pads if the IGL doesn't have any, and let him carry the extra. Guys, that is the meta for this season. I don't know what else I could tell you. There's not much to it. Fish are still super meta. The Stark rifle is slept on, and the thermal fish is OP for trios. I want to give a thank you to J Roses. I sent him a DM asking him what he thought the meta would be for this season, and he thought the fragger should have the God Pump, LMG, Iron Man's Fist from Pleasant, and Shield. That's the God loadout. That's the best thing you could do. That's coming from a real pro, guys. J Roses won Trio F and CS the first time. He might win it again. Let's take his advice. Either way, make sure you use code BENPEN in the Fortnite item shop. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.